So I figured I'd do an update video on the garden. This is more of a chicken video than anything else, but we got new chickens almost 2 months ago, and now they're integrated with the rest of the flock. But we figured we needed a little bit more space, so we expanded the run. It's just started obviously as this hoop house, which is 10 by 20 or so, and then they have their little area in their in the coop. But I added on this little door down here, cut the chicken wire, and put a little bit of protection around the chicken wire edges so they don't cut themselves when they come in and out. And just put a zip tie there so I can lift it like little hinges, and then a little clip on it so when it's up they could come out that little door and then access this area in here. And we got a little string for hawk deterrent. Haven't had any hawks, so fingers crossed that that still holds up. But they can access all this now. It's basically a whole nother third of what they have here, so I'm thinking this will be good for maybe growing some kind of cover crop or sprouts or something for a few weeks, then opening this up and let them come in and free range more, because nothing will grow in here because they're constantly pecking and scratching and taking it down. So this will be more of a easier area to cultivate some things, and then let them come in and have a fresh run at it. And then in here, just like sunflower seeds, obviously sprouting up, and then I lined over here with Mexican sunflower and moringa, and I just recently chopped this stuff so it's coming back now. But you can see the moringa, it's really doing good. Just chopped it right off at the top. Cut it right here. It was tall up to the power lines, and then now it's just gonna sprout some fresh stuff out. And the idea is when you cut these that they send out nitrogen into the ground. All the roots, when you cut them, they shoot out the nitrogen. And then the chickens will be pooping and scratching in here, and they'll put more nitrogen down, so we'll get the soil going. The only issue that I'm having is the dryness. That's why I have this soaker hose in here. It's just trying to get everything wet, but we're in like a real dry time right now. Even when it is wet, it's still dry. But that's basically the update. We added in these posts and then put a little post on top of it so we could have a nice cage out of string. Pounded those in, zip tied them there. This was all material that we had laying around, the whole thing, so didn't have to order anything or do anything, just kind of threw it together. So I hope it lasts a year or so, maybe longer, and then we can repurpose this area and start growing some trees. You can see how these baby chicks are doing. They seem to be adapting well. They haven't had their wings clipped yet. Obviously they're really little. I think they're maybe 7 weeks. But eventually they'll have to get a wing clipped for sure, because they'll be flying out if they get in this little extra run area. I don't know, I usually see how long they can go, because it's good for them to be able to fly a little bit. These girls all have their wings, one wing trimmed, and they know the deal. They don't try to fly. Uh-oh. They get chased around by that big one. She's getting ready to go to bed. I think she's getting ready to go to bed. Sun's going down, everybody's getting ready to go to bed. They're fully integrated too. Now they go in the coop at night. They don't really sleep on the perches. They still kind of sleep on the ground, but they know what the deal is. But the rest of the garden's growing really well. Added in a new section over here. Bananas and mulberries, moringa, lemongrass, Mexican sunflower. There's gonna be some pigeon peas and some peacocks. And then Becca has some flowers over here. Cosmos and zinnias. And there's amaranth, purple amaranth. So another little section to start growing and filling in. And passion fruits started fruiting. There's purple passion fruit. There's a ton of these on it. On there. On there. On there. They're just hiding all over it. There's one of the flowers. And we ate all these bananas. There's just 2 left on there. Those are ice cream bananas. I got a little mango that we just planted down here. It's finally growing out. Some more moringa, Mexican sunflower. These are ice cream bananas. There's a Mysore banana back over here. Haven't got that one to fruit yet. We'll see what it tastes like. I'm pretty excited about that. This is popcorn senulata. Smells just like popcorn. Some sunflowers in here hanging out. This is a cranberry hibiscus. It's kind of changed. Sometimes it's green and sometimes it's purple. It's the same plant, same seeds. Just decides on what color it wants to be. There's a papaya, baby papaya coming in here. This is my mango. This is my mulberry. Too many M's. But it's doing really good this year. It just had a big flush on it. It's growing real well. And there's more cassava. Cassava's just started growing really good again. Mexican sunflower for chopping. More moringa. Big tall moringa. Haven't cut this one at all. Just waiting. I can cut this pretty soon, maybe. Maybe once it starts raining. This is another passion fruit. This one my brother got me is somewhere from either Guatemala or Nicaragua. I'm not sure. But to me, it seems very similar to the purple one. So we're gonna see what it does. But it's definitely flowering right now too. It's really happy, super happy. And back here, there's more Mexican sunflower, more cranberry hibiscus. This is my chaya. It started flowering. There's an ice cream bean down there. There is a fig tree that I saved. It's sitting at my mom's house forever, and I just planted it here. I don't think it's getting the best quality of life here, but it's got some figs on it. So it's not dead yet. There's a moringa that I just stuck in the ground here. You can see flowers all over this passion fruit. Really excited for this year. There's more cassava on this side. And around this corner, I've got more Mexican sunflower. I feed this to the chickens and throw it down for chop and drop. And then there's a mango. This is a sweet tart mango. And I just planted this a little while ago, and it's already has some new shoots coming out of it. So I know that it's taken pretty well to the soil here. Seems like it's doing really well so far. And I planted some pigeon peas around here, more Mexican sunflower. This is sisu spinach, some cosmo flowers. This is a vetiver grass. And some more pigeon pea. Here's a lovely cassava. It's doing great. There's toilet paper plant in here. There's a mother of cacao that I'm trying to get to grow. It's not doing bad. Looks like it's doing really well, actually. It's growing. I trimmed it once. You can see here. I snipped it right there a couple weeks ago. Now it's got these new growths coming out. So I'm pretty confident in it that it'll grow as long as I can let the sunlight hit it now at this point and keep it decently watered. There's a shampoo ginger that's sprouting out down there. Look at that thing coming right out of the ground. This is the toilet paper plant. It grows everywhere around here. There's some perennial peanuts that my brother brought from Costa Rica. Not perennial peanut, that's perennial peppers, sorry. So they're like peppers that will grow like a bush eventually and just grow for a while. They were not seasonal, so that'll be something to see if that takes or not. They're doing okay. They're not doing great. They're probably not getting the right sun, and the soil is a lot different from where they came from, so they're trying. And then there's more cranberry hibiscus, another little papaya that's just hanging out. There's sugarcane in a pot here, more moringa, more Mexican sunflower, and then I planted a bed here. This one's interesting. This has Seminole pumpkin, which are these leaves here. There's nasturtium in here, cosmos, and probably some zinnias too. And then there's more Seminole pumpkin here, and I'm trying to train it to climb up this vine. It doesn't love to climb, but it seems like it's doing it. It seems like it's finally starting to get happy. It was a little funny when it first started to come in here, but now since everything's growing, it seems like it's starting to kind of adapt to the climate. And then I seeded some watermelon. I think they're called Sugar Baby. These are all watermelon. So I think they're starting to flower too, but still kind of early in the season for this kind of stuff. But it's been so hot and dry that it's like almost too much for it. But it looks great. And there's moringa here that I just cut. You can see it coming back really nice. This is tamarind. It got really shaded out by that Mexican sunflower, so it's growing. It's really not thriving here. These are yard-long beans, and finally got some of those coming out. Oops. So they grow, obviously, like this is still a baby one. It'll probably get twice as long as this and way thicker. That's just one of the pods. Built this little trellis out of the 2 moringas that we just stuck in the ground, and then they're growing too, so the living trellis basically. And then it basically just goes until this twine breaks, and that's pretty much it. So these will all grow up this and then fold over it, be kind of a big bush of beans there, and then we'll harvest them. So that's pretty much all we can get into here right now. I got the whole other side of the house, but that's pretty good. It's a good start. So see you next time.